Governor, what does the term strict constructionist mean to you, and would that be the standard for your nominees to the Supreme Court?
Yeah, an Alito and a Roberts are the type of jurist, a strict constructionist, not a legislator in a robe. And, you know, we have about 4 of each of those right now on our Supreme Court. And that's the reason that I've called.
And so I would pick people that would be strict constructionists. We got plenty of lawmakers in Washington, D.C. Legislators make law. Judges interpret the Constitution.
Governor, in perhaps your next administration, this administration starting, there may be several appointments to the U.S. Supreme Court.
Yeah.
You've said that you want to appoint strict constructionists to the bench. Mm-hmm. That's more than a label to me, and I think to us on the panel. What does that mean to you to appoint a strict constructionist to the U.S. Supreme Court?
I'd like people who recognize that their job is to protect the Constitution and to follow the Constitution as it was written and intended, and to follow laws of Congress as written and intended, rather than having the Supreme Court see its role as springing from or departing from the Constitution and laws to put in place their own views. And so I look at the opinions of the last...
They shouldn't misuse their bench. I don't believe in liberal activist judges. I believe in strict constructionists.
That is what we need to do from the standpoint of making sure that we don't have these legislators in robes that we have on that court today. The idea that they're telling us how we can pray, the idea of whether they're telling us that our kids can pray in school, the idea of they're telling us in Texas we can't have the 10 Commandments on our Capitol grounds, I mean, that's pretty offensive to me. And I think a lifetime appointment for folks that think that way might not be too good.
And so I look at the opinions of the last several years by justices like Roberts and Alito, Thomas, Scalia, and I say these people are strict constructionists. I want justices that are brilliant, strict constructionists, who are able to convince their colleagues that they're right on key issues, who share my values throughout, and I want to see people who have an extensive track record, either as jurists or on, if they've been for instance, the academic profession. I want to see what they've written. I want to see a real track record. I don't want to just have to take their word for being a strict constructionist. I want to see it in practice.
And Governor Romney.
One final thing, you have 2 seconds left. We've all talked about strict constructionist. For the layman out there, just help them understand what exactly that means.
Well, it's right there. Excuse me, I took it out of my paper. That's the Constitution. Read it, exactly what it says. That's what we're talking about. Don't read anything into it. Don't add to it. Don't use these different clauses, whether it's the Commerce Clause or any of the other clauses, to try to change what our founding fathers were telling us.
Thank you.